2013 U.S. Formula One North American Championships. How about we crown them? 20 seconds, drivers. You're under starter's orders. The flag is up. As they drop the flag, nice jump there by the 62 of Chris Fairchild, as well as the 38 of Shepard and the 17 of Ben. They go wide down the back straightaway, across the field and in down the commitment buoy. Look at Ben, he's got it dialed in and screaming as the rest of the group comes off the start dock. Yes, it does look like the 16 of Seabold was able to get that bird fired. But boy, he's going to have a lot of room to make up. And boy, what happened to the 62 of Fairchild? It looks like I thought he was running just fine, but that must have been the 95 of Welch, because he's all the way last in the field. And where is the 16 of Seabold? It looks like he's making up some ground, but boy, he's going to have a lot more ground to make up to try to catch the 5-time champion of the U.S. Formula One Power 2, the man out front. That is the Terry Rinker. Trying to see the rest of our field. It looks like the 16, is that the 16 of Tim Seabold?
Never started on that restart down there. Was looking for it. Actually, I noticed one of the boats went around him apparently.
And it looks
really not getting fire at all.
No, it looks like he's sitting dead down in the water. What an unfortunate turn of events for the man who has dominated all weekend long. The 16 of Tim Seabold is sitting dead in the water, floating down to the far end of Lake Lucas, and his shot for his first title in a race in Missouri since 2008 is all but for naught. Boy, I guess that's why they say it ain't over till it's over, eh, Kev?
Well, there's a lot to go still. It's like the Rinker in command, that 10 boat. Benton trying to close in the 17. We'll see if he can get anything done or not.
Absolutely. As the way it sits right now, the number 10 of Terry Rinker out in front, Amsoil on the side. And in second position, the 17 of Brian Benton, followed by the 38 of Jeff Shepard, running for Hilton Garden Inn. Boy, I gotta tell you, in the last 5 years, there's been a few dominant names in this Formula One class. Terry Rinker, Chris Fairchild, Tim Seabold, and there's only one of those three in the top that would finish on the podium if the race included right now. It's amazing how one little thing here or there can completely change the complexion of a race. As our leader, the 10 of Terry Rinker, makes his way down the front straightaway, putting a few back markers between him and the 17 of Benton. Boy, you know what? Super impressed. They got 17 laps down. Oh no, what happened to the 38 of Jeff Shepard? Shepard takes a hook. What looks like he must have hooked a roller down there, and that is a prime opportunity for the 95 of Mark Welch as he sits in 4th position. Who knows? He could get on top of the 38 of Jeff Shepard and find himself on the podium. Boy, this wind is really starting to screw with everybody. The waves, the wind, the choppy water on Lake Lucas, making it rough, except for the number 10 of Terry Rinker, who looks like he's in total control in that big yellow arrow slot.
Rinker definitely no problem for him. He's a good ways up now. And him and Benton in the second spot. We'll go back into the third. Shepard in the third spot, never getting his going back good again.
Oh no, looks like the 72 of Lynn Simberger having some of the technical difficulties with the Playcraft boat sponsored entry as he's fallen way off the pace, and the 27 of Carlos Mendana is able to get by him. And boy, you know what? Look at that. Carlos Mendana out in front of his older brother, Jose. Didn't ever expect that, but that's the way it sits today. You know, there's another boat that I'm trying to find out, and I can't see. Where is the 26 of Stephen Lee? I have not seen him here in a few laps. I don't know if he didn't fire either, but unfortunate here. Looks like the Lake Lucas is claiming its victims here early and often in this Formula One title race.
I believe that will make lap number 20 that time around, if I'm not mistaken, so by my guess anyway.
9 laps remain here in this 30-lap main event, and right now, after the second restart, after a near barrel roll by the 16 of Tim Seabold, who cost him an opportunity to take home the checkered flag here at Lake Lucas, has found the 10 of Terry Rinker out in front now, followed by the 17 of Brian Benton, the 38 of Jeff Shepard, the 95 of Mark Welch, the 27 of Carlos Mendana, the 21 of Jose Mendana. But it looks like whatever was going on with the 62 of Fairchild, he's starting to figure it out, because he's starting to make some moves here in the later stages of this 30-lap main event. But it is all Terry Rinker. A phrase that I have said way too many times. Well, not if you're part of the AMSOIL racing team, I haven't said it too many times, but a phrase I have said quite a bit over the last 5 years is the 10 of Terry Rinker out in front, dominating the competition. And that's the big thing about racing. You can run fast, but if you can't run consistently fast and you can't finish all 30 laps, it doesn't really matter how fast you're able to go around, one lap around the track. Nice job by the 17 of Benton, still holding strong in that second position, trying to make up some ground, but I don't know if he's going to have enough laps remaining here in this 30-lap final to track down the man who sits out in front. He calls Tampa, Florida home. He calls AMSOIL his sponsor, and a great sponsor they've been for Terry for over a decade now as we run it down here in the final few laps of this 30-lap main event. The 10 of Terry Rinker. It's still pushing hard out front. The 95 of Mark Welch sitting in 4th position. It's a great job by the KG veteran out of Wayzata, Minnesota, running for Towsley Motorsports as we find him in 4th position. But where is our leader? The 10 of Terry Rinker. There he is coming down into turn number 4, eyeing up to 21 of Jose Mendana, who sits in 6th or 7th position as they try to jockey for position here in the final few laps of this 30-lap final. Terry Rinker out in front, followed by the 38, 17 of Brian Benton, the 38 of Jeff Shepard in the 3rd position, the 95 of Mark Welch. Can he find himself on the podium and make up some ground over the 38 of Shepard here in these final few laps? We only have a few laps remaining here in the inaugural North American Championship at Lake Lucas Budweiser Grand Prix here. Beautiful sun shining, breeze rolling down the shore. Absolutely phenomenal weekend of racing action. Friday, Saturday, we got more racing action tonight as the 4 classes over at Lucas Oil Speedway are going to be jamming the stands. And as we roll just 5 or 6 laps remaining for the number 10 of Terry Rinker. Rinker dominating the field here. All right, 26 laps down, 4 laps remain for our man out in front with AMSOIL on the side, the 10 of Rinker. Now the big question is anybody going to be able to find any sort of answer for the 10 of Rinker? Are we going to have a restart in these final couple laps? Is the 95 of Welch going to find himself on the podium? Or will the 38 of Shepard hold him off? Boy, what a great job by all the drivers remaining here. Really unfortunate to see the likes of Vince Simberger, Tim Siebold, and Stephen Lee on the shore here and unable to complete this 30-lap main event. But for those who are still out here, they're all trying to catch one man and one man alone. That is the 10 of Terry Rinker. He looks to try to finish start 2013, where he finished 2012, and that was on top. He's our reigning champion, and he's looking to assert that dominance again here in 2013 on the shores of Lake Lucas. The 17 of Brian Benton dancing down the front straightaway, swings it down into turn numbers 1 and 2, slides it wide, kicks it back up on its tail. That Jenkinson Telecom sponsored silver and red machine. Whoa, look out, Brian Benton almost blowing it over on the final lap. You see the green flag went down. The white flag comes out. Go fast, turn left, just 4 more times for the young man out of Tampa, Florida. Rinker running an AMSOIL machine, everything he's got, because he knows just because I only got 1 lap left doesn't mean something can't happen as he goes down the back straightaway. Walking his way down into turns 3 and 4 as he goes into the entrance turn 3. Sweeps it into turn 3, goes wide to the outside, looking to put on a show for you folks as he rocks and pops down the front straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Your 2013 North American champion at the Budweiser, presented by Budweiser, out of Tampa, Florida, number 10, Terry Rinker. In second position, a phenomenal performance, just improving continuously every heat out of Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada.